Michael from the Peanuts. After that, they called Michael every day.
That's right.
She was not going to visit Michael anymore. She moved. Because he had to sit on the eggs to keep them warm. He moved off the eggs. He moved up the nest. The twin got water have once. And the counting eggs, I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Great job.
Then Zach, then Cack, then Wag and Mac, and then Zach, then Whack, then Mac, then Dunk, then Zeke, and then Quack.
Jack.
Listen.
Yep, go ahead.
Zach and Zach, Quack, and Quack.
Yep.
Missing Marion, Bus, missing and Mr. Malin will button the prize. It was a great person. Keep so many ducklings and kept it very busy.
Great job.
Read it, Mama.
You want me to read this one or you?
Yeah,
Yeah, what? Mummy?
you.
Okay. One day, Mr. Mallard decided he'd like to take a trip.
I'm
see
taking
what-
it.
You do? To go to Boston?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take the trip to see what the rest of the river was like further on. So off he set, and he said, what did he say? Oh, excuse you. What did he say to Mrs. Mallard?
Go to trip.
I'll meet you in a week in the...
Have a garden.
He quacked over his shoulder. Take good care of the ducklings. Don't you worry, said Mrs. Mallard. I know all about bringing up children.
Don't you worry,
she
Mr.
did.
Malin. I'll scratch.
No scratching. What did she teach them?
She taught them to swim and dive,
Yeah?
to walk in a line, to count they were called, to keep them safe in bikes and scooters, and watch the finger wheels.
Very good.
Read it, Mama.
When at last she felt perfectly satisfied with them, she said one morning, Come along, children, follow me. And before you could wink an eyelash,
Zach, Rack, and Pack, and Quack,
yeah,
all mustn't lie behind her.
that's right.
Zach, Quack, and Zach.
Jack, cack, lack, mack, knack, a whack, pack, and quack,
All fell in a line.
just as they had been taught. Mrs. Mallard led the way into the water.
Is this Mr. Mallard?
That's Mrs. Mallard.
Yeah. And Mr. Mallard.
Yeah.
I go over to Ducklings.
Do you want Mommy to read this page?
Yeah.
There they waded along shore and waddled along until they came to the highway. You reading or is Mommy?
Mommy.
Mrs. Mallard stepped out to cross the road. Honk, honk, went the cars.
Quack! Mr. Mallard, she comes back. Ken, quack, 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 quack. And Zach, whack, knack, whack, and pack. And
Good.
quack. The year whack, that same quack. And the cars kept speeding by and hogging. And they got Mr. Mallard. It's like going quack, 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 one.
Great job, Logan.
And when Michael came running,
Waving his arms.
and blowed his whistle.
That's right.
He raised one hand to stop the traffic so the ducklings can march down the street.
That's right.
Michael rushed back to his police booth.
As soon as the other ducklings were safe, huh? Who did he call?
They,
He
Fam-
called Clancy
he called Chrissy.
at headquarters and said,
There's a family of ducks walking down the street. A family of what? Ducks! You might go. So the police car, quick.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Mallard had reached the corner bookshop and turned into Charles Street with who? Jack, Cack, Lack, Mack, Knack, a Whack, Pack, and Quack, all marching in line behind her. Everyone stared. An old lady from Beacon Hill said,
There's an maiden.
and the man who swept the street said,
Oh, ain't that nice?
and when Mrs. Mallard heard them, she was so...
Wow.
What'd she do?
She tipped her beak in the air.
Yeah? And walked along with an extra swing in her waddle.
Yeah.
When they came to the corner of Beacon Street, there was the police car with 4 policemen that Clancy had sent from headquarters. The policemen held back the traffic so Mrs. Mallard and the Ducklings could march across the street.
Yeah. I go public garden.
Right into the public garden.
I
That's
go
right.
public garden.
You're going Thursday.
See?
Yeah. Inside the gate, they all turned around to say,
Thank you.
and the policeman,
Bye. Goodbye.
yeah. When they reached the pond,
I pooped.
you're pooping,
Read it.
and swam across to the little island. There was Mr. Mallard waiting for them, just as he had promised. Why are you pooping in your diaper?
Because I did.
Oh, the Ducklings liked their new island so much that they decided
To live there.
all day they'd follow the
Swallows
and
and peanuts.
when night falls they swim to their little island and go to sleep.